So I was looking online about what to film for today's video, and I came across Velvet Ghost video of what's on my iPhone, and I love her videos. If you don't know who she is, definitely check her out. I will leave a link to her channel below, and yeah, she's awesome. But basically, I wanted to show you what is in my iPhone 6. The first thing is my case, and it's a bit scratched up now, but I got this case from Amazon for about $12 or something. I absolutely love it. It's silicone. It basically makes sure that it doesn't slip more often than it would out of my hand. I've dropped this phone a few times. I feel like I've dropped this phone more times than I did when I had Samsung, which is weird because I try to be as careful as I can with this phone because it's obviously more expensive, and I'm like, I don't want to have to go through the trouble of fixing it if it does break. Hopefully not. But anyways, so the first screen is my background for my lock screen, and it's basically a pink flower. I believe it's like a peony that I researched on Google. And then once you slide to unlock, you'll see my passcode screen, and I love that it has like pink rings around the numbers, which basically mirrors the lock screen, which is amazing. And I found this out from Velvet Ghost video. By the way, her name is Gabby. So I just enter my passcode, and then you come across my home screen. And I only have one page. I like to keep everything organized. So I have 4 folders, and then everything else just random. So I also found this out from Gabby's video, is when you click on a folder, it basically shows you the same color as the background that you have. So the first icon I have is my photos, and I have quite a few things. I just take random pictures, screenshot some things if I like it. I also screenshot YouTuber pictures sometimes, especially Joe Sugg. Sometimes he posts pictures and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to remember that moment. Yeah, not creepy at all or anything. And then I have my camera, which I just realized how amazing the camera on this phone is. Like, I think it's super high def and I just love it. And then the iTunes store, and then the app store, and then I have extras folder, which has the compass, tips, voice memos, and all the other things. And the next one is miscellaneous, and it has basically everything that I don't really use. And then I have the settings, FaceTime. I don't really use FaceTime. I don't have anyone to FaceTime with, but one day hopefully I can use that app. And then the social folder basically has all of my social media accounts. So I have Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Pinterest. I don't use that much, but sometimes if I want like recipes, I go on there. And then Instasize, and obviously PicStitch for Instagram. And then I have YouTube all on its own in my home screen because, I mean, it's just so amazing that it needs its own place in my home screen. And also I use that a lot. When I say a lot, like obsessively. I will not go to sleep without going on YouTube and basically just watching One Direction, British YouTubers, and just random things. So yeah, a bit much, but that's okay. And then I have this app called Chica, and basically that is like a text messaging app to the Philippines. I don't use it as often. I only really text one person, and I haven't talked to them in a while. But yeah, it's a free app. And then I have Pandora. I don't use it as much anymore, and I will tell you why when I get to another app. And then I have my utilities, my clock, which has the world clock that has my location and London location, because, you know, I just think in British time nowadays. And then I have my alarm, and then my stopwatch and my timer. And then I have my notes. Basically, I make notes about anything, blog post ideas. If I've been buying things, I would list them so that I would remember to do a haul video on them. And then just random things like this one. It says, we're imperfect, but it's okay because we're human. Sometimes I just get a lot of quotes in my head. And then I also have my grocery list. And in this list, I'm supposed to be buying some waffles, toothpaste, granola bars, some naked juice smoothie, some other wash, and mint and rice. Yeah, so there's a little glimpse of what is in my grocery list. And then I have my calendar that I don't really use. The only time I use it is if I'm trying to see what day today is, or if I'm planning something and I'm like, what date is that? And then reminders, weather, and calculator. And then I have Safari, obviously. And then the Kindle app has all of my ebooks, obviously. I'm not going to open it because I don't want to implicate myself with what's inside this app. Let's just say it's not young adult appropriate. And then I have Google Maps. It's much easier to use. I don't even know how to use the Apple Maps. So, yeah. And then I have the CW app. Basically, I watch my TV shows in there. The originals, the Vampire Diaries, and recently I just started watching Rain. Oh my gosh, the cast are gorgeous. That's one thing that you can kind of count on with me, is that if the cast is gorgeous and the story is slightly decent, you can expect that I would watch it. I know it's really shallow, but I mean, I have to enjoy what I'm watching, right? So the next app is Calm. Basically, it's like the Calm.com app, and I found it because of Zoe from Zoella. Basically, I use this app for the Calm program, which is easing mental tension. I usually do it for 5 minutes. Anything longer than that just drives me crazy. Instead of relaxing me, it just makes me kind of bored. So 5 minutes is a really good time for me. And then the next app is Misc. And this is the reason why I stopped listening to Pandora for a while. I mean, I have One Direction songs now, 2 of their albums. And I'm still thinking of getting the first one. The second one is a bit more expensive right now. I don't have a whole lot of money in my iTunes account. So I'm thinking of just getting the first one since it's the cheapest. And then the newest app that I've been using is Podcast. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I didn't subscribe to Psychobabble sooner. I mean, Tyler Oakley and Corey Cool are just the 2 coolest people ever. And then obviously I have these staples, which is the phone, the messages, my Gmail account, and my contacts. And that is all that's on my iPhone. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye! I bought the big bottles and they smell amazing.